All right, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a forex trader here to help you understand the market through an Elliott wave lens, guys. Hey, thanks for being patient with me during my move. We made a move here from Missouri now to Michigan. We are currently home based right here in Zeeland, Michigan. It's a nice little place right on the coast. And anyway, we've just been so busy just moving. It's hard moving across country, but we made it and we're settling in. So what I wanted to do, just get you a video, just get you an update on where I think Bitcoin is. Don't want to give you financial advice today. Never intending to do that. Just want to look at the market through the lens of 5s and 3s. See if we can figure out where the market might be going. All right, let's jump into the market, guys, and see what's happening with Bitcoin. Again, if you like the content and you like the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that stuff for the YouTube algorithm. That would certainly bless my soul. Got 10,400 subscribers. Been kind of sitting there for a while. Haven't made a lot of videos. Would love if you'd subscribe and increase that number and enjoy the content that's going to be coming here in the coming days. All right, let's jump in and see what's going on. All right, the first thing I wanted to do is just kind of talk about Bitcoin, not from an Elliott wave perspective, but just from a chart pattern perspective, which I rarely do, but just something to pay attention to. And one of the things I note, the way crypto moves is, and you know this because you've been part of this world for a while, is that it just crypto gives you these pumps and then these dumps, and the dumps take price all the way back normally. Okay, and you can see the history, the history of Bitcoin, where we had that pump, and then price was taken all the way back down to support. Okay, we had this pump, price was taken all the way back down to support. Okay, you'll note that every crap coin out there, every coin out there does that. You get pumps, and they're straight up, and they go parabolic, and then they dump it. It's dumped all the way back down to support. Okay, let's just take a peek at the overall market. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Not there. There we go. Here's Theta, for instance. Theta. Get my pen working here. We had a pump, and then just price is coming all the way back down, and that's just what crypto does over and over and over. Okay. Go to SOL. Okay. See the same thing. Okay. Boom. All the way back down. Now, obviously, it's been doing what Bitcoin's been doing, but this is the way crap coins move. This is the way just all of crypto tends to move, right? Here's Mana, same thing. We get this huge pump and then a dump all the way back down to support, right? TRX here. There. Oh, I didn't. TRX is a little different there. It's not quite made it down here to support, but you get this pump and we get a dump all the way back down. H bar, same thing, pump and dump. Okay, all the way back down. And this is just what they do. This is just what Bitcoin do. And I can just show you chart after chart after chart that's doing the same thing, right? So when we look at Bitcoin, just from a crap coin perspective, just from a we're just looking at a chart that's doing what it normally does. It is pump and dump. And if I were looking at this, and I was just from that perspective, where would I expect price to come? Well, I would expect one of the targets would be the top of this wave right here. Okay, and we've certainly that's right where we are, right? And then the next target that I would watch, would be this area right here, which is about 12K, and everybody's looking for that. Everybody's looking at that. But that's where price tends to go. That's where price will tend to go, So just looking at this, guys, I'm expecting lower lows more than likely. Now, it doesn't have to go low. We can find support here, and we could keep rocking, okay? But a high likelihood of movement to this level. Now, does that mean we're going to go straight there? No, we could do some kind of move like this and then come down. All right, doesn't have to go straight there. All right. So with that said, that's one perspective I just wanted to show you. Say, hey, likely to get down here, guys. It is. Now, how it's going to go down there is another story. You know, what wave shape we expect to see, or what wave shape we'll see, is a different story for sure. All right, now what? Let's look at the Elliott wave perspective, because these waves aren't random. They do create patterns that can be seen and understood. And what we try to do as Elliott wave traders is look at those patterns. My number one count right now, has been, but I'm starting to lose faith in it, but has been up to this point an A, B, and a C. I'll tell you, I'm a little bit more inclined to call this the top. Instead of an expanded flat here, I'm more inclined to call this a 5-wave move right there and call that the top. But I have been looking at this as an ABC. And with that count, I'm looking for 5 waves in this wave. And so the way I'm looking at it is that this would be wave 4. We got a 1, 2 up in here, 3, 4, and now we got an extended fifth, what's called an extended fifth wave, where the fifth wave, you know, is almost as long as wave 1 through 3, right? Or long, or as long or longer, and you can get extensions in fifth waves. Okay, so that's looking, you know, if that's the count, we're about done. Now, we could be completely finished here. We could actually be done. We could have found a bottom here. We're going to talk about that count in just a moment. Or we could be making a little bit of a larger correction with one more down. Now, I don't know the answer to that question, but there's a likelihood, there's a possibility here that we found a bottom. Now, I don't think crypto is gonna make a V-shaped recovery where we just start going straight up. I don't think that's gonna play. Okay. In fact, most crap coins, when they come down, they play around at the bottom for a while and start working their way steadily, slowly back up before they start going up for their higher highs, right? For their bigger moves. There's a lot of slow and laborious stuff that happens prior to when you get a 1, 2, 1, 2 out of it before you get the pump, right? And so I'm looking for something like that. If we're going to go up, we're going to play around here for a bit. We might go down to this level, wick down there, and then bounce back up, play around this level, you know, come up, maybe, you know, come down 1, 2, you know, 1, 2, and then start working our way up. Okay, that's more likely the way price is going to play. If we're going to find a bottom here somewhere in this area and then go on up, I don't think it's an appropriate expectation, guys, to think that we're just going to go straight. You know, we're going to find a bottom and then we're just going to start pumping and it's never going to stop. I just don't think that's an appropriate expectation. That we're probably going to get some kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2 out of the next bull run. Okay, something like this, right? Before we get, you know, this is really a 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2 as well, right? But 1, 2 is of different degrees, but nonetheless. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. I'm looking at a time period where there's a lot of chop, a lot of up and down movement, and potentially a lower low here. Okay, where we make a lower low, and we find our final bottom, and then we play around in here. We don't just go straight up necessarily. We don't just start pumping and never stopping. That's more than likely the way things are going to play. Now, can it go parabolic? It absolutely could. Could it just start rocking? Yes, it could. Is it likely? Is it going to? I don't know. But that's an idea to consider. All right. So now, let's zoom in just a little bit on the charts and just kind of look at this wave here. And I really just want to count this way from here down. I'll show you what I'm seeing there, okay? So I'm counting this right here as a 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, and now 5. And there's your finished count. There's a plausible finished count that says, hey, we just finished down here. Now this fifth wave of the fifth wave, okay, is done. It completed. And that's what you get. If that's the case, if that's right, and then we found a bottom already, then we're not going to go down. Then what we're looking at right now is some kind of a 1, 2, 1. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 1, 2. Which would likely give us a pump here. And give us a 3, 4, 5 right there. Give us a wave, something like this, a pumpy wave like that, where we would then followed by some kind of a wave that would take a while, but it would come on back down, retesting the lows. Okay. Finding support. We get a 1, 2. Start working our way up. Maybe back down before we start going. And that's what I just drew for you in the larger time frame. Something like that. Something like that. Now, we could just come down and start working our way up from there, right? It could go more parabolically. It doesn't have to do a 1, 2, 1, 2, but often bigger moves do such a thing. But that's a plausible idea. This might be what we're looking for. What we're looking at. Or we're going to get a first wave where we could get a pump. Okay, we could start getting a pump. We'll come back to this region right here. And hopefully we take it out. We take this region out. Okay? Okay, but we find rejection here, more than likely. And we get a 3-wave pullback. So there's your bullish look at the current wave, guys. That we're actually bullish right now. This is a bullish wave that we found a bottom, okay, and we're moving up. So there's an idea for you. Is that going to play? I don't know, but that's a way of interpreting this wave structure, okay? All right. What's another way of interpreting this wave structure? Well, another way of interpreting it is saying the fifth wave isn't done, that we need to come down here, okay? That we have a 3-wave move right here. This is a 3-wave move. Boom, boom, right there. And we need to come down and finish. And we're getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting a wave here. I'm really not as inclined to this wave as I am the bullish count, to be honest with you. Now, does it matter what I'm inclined to? No, not at all. But looking at that shape, I'm not a big fan of that shape. I don't think that's what's going to happen. It doesn't look right to me, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm just sharing my opinion, my thoughts, my whatever. But we could totally make our way down there, and Jim could be completely wrong. This could just completely dump and come on down to these lower targets. But as big as this is right here, that 1, 2, that means we're going to get a 3 about that big. So 12K is really on the table, okay, and lower, and lower. I just don't like that wave shape. I really don't. The wave shape doesn't look right to me as I draw that. But that's a possibility. That could come on down. This could be a 3-wave move, wave 4, and we get a wave 5 here. It gets us down to 10K or something, okay? Gets us pretty deep. 12K, 10K, in that range. We find a bottom, wick back, V shape, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Start working our way up from there. Okay, I think we're close, guys. I think we're close. If crypto is going to last, if crypto is going to be a something that continues on in perpetuity, guys, then we're close to a bottom. We're at levels where we would expect rebound. Now, are we going to get it? Well, basically what we do in our Discord is we monitor the small time frame waves. We're just trading within this environment. We're just finding trades within this environment. We're not trying to necessarily nail the bottoms or tops. We're waiting until the market actually shows us what it's doing, okay? And we're waiting to see, the next move. So now let's go to the small time frame. We're giving you a bullish idea, a very bullish idea, and a very bearish idea. And I've got a couple of other ideas that are in between, but I'm not a big fan of those. There's other ideas, not without inundating you with too many thoughts here. Now, this could be 3 waves in the middle, and we have A, B, and then we get a C right there. Okay, so that's a possibility, and then we come down as well. So that might be a possibility for that wave. I've been considering also the possibility of just another idea here. Just thinking about wave structure. Is our diagonal still potentially in play? I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. But maybe it is. Maybe we get some kind of a pump here where we get 3 waves back up and then we get the dump. So this starts pumping, okay, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I don't think that's going to let our 4 and our 1 overlap, but that could be something, that a wave structure that plays maybe. Okay, so it's just an idea to throw at you, just to think about some different ideas. Let's look at the small time frame, see if we can get a beat on what's happening here, and look at the RSI and say, okay, what's going on in there. So let's go down to the 15-minute chart. Actually, let's go down to the 1-hour chart for a moment here, and you'll notice here that this is actually kind of a bullish construction. What's happening right now, where you got hidden bullish divergence here. We didn't get over. Really in the over condition at all. It's got plenty of room to go up if it wants to go up. Now it could totally come down as well, but with seeing this hidden bull right here, I'm inclined to say, hey, we get another move, because we don't really have, a structure there that we normally see a 5-wave move like that. Even if it's a 3-wave move, you often see one more hit to the high like that. That shape is just very common, very, very common right there. So that's a possibility. But I'm inclined to that move right there. Now that move could continue on up and start working its way up, bullishly. Totally plausible there. Okay, so and there's room on the 1 hour for that, and they can take it up like that if they want to do that. 4 hours, same way. We've got a break of the RSI structure here. We broke to the upside. Okay, getting a bit of a pullback. But we haven't gotten oversold yet, or overbought, I should say. So there's room for this to continue trending. Does that mean it's going to go straight up? No, it could totally come on down here first and then go up. It can do any number of things, right? But nevertheless, there's room for this to go up. Okay, there is room for that to go up, and it could go up as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we're going up for the next move, and it's a big bullish move like we already shared. Or B, this is 3 waves right there, and we're going to say A, B, and now we're going to get C, and then we come down for our lower lows. Those are just some ideas to consider, to think about. Okay, all right. With that said, let's look at this wave a little deeper there on the 15-minute chart and just say, okay, what do we got going on? You see the hidden bullish divergence. Last night I shared with my people we're going to have a correction here. That correction is probably going to create hidden bull, which it has, right? And so that's why we're getting this little bit of a hidden bull. I actually shared a chart. I shared a setup last night in my elite group, trade setup, that if you wanted to take a long on a break of the RSI and a retest, is there you go. We had this RSI trend line right there. We had a break. There's the retest, and the secondary break right there. That's a good trade. Okay, anywhere, any entry right in there would have been not bad to consider there. All right, so now what I'm seeing here on the 15-minute chart is hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so we've got this right here. That's kind of letting me know, hey, there's a potential for this thing to come back down. at least it's going to minimum. This could still go up a little bit more. So this might go up a little bit more, but it needs to reset. It needs to reset that 15-minute RSI if it's going to go up some more. It needs to reset. Now this could go up a little higher, obviously. Reset the RSI with a pullback and then continue if it's going to go bullishly. Okay, so we're watching that carefully. Looking on the 5-minute, just working our way down the time frames. The 5-minute, you can see how we're kind of in the overbought condition, getting a little bit of a pullback here. Just looking at this wave, I'd be inclined to say, hey, we're going to get maybe a pump like that, and then a pullback and then continuation. Or this was 3 waves, and that's done, and it's going to go down for another wave. They could also create something complex right here. So we're in an area of the chart. And this is where we have to conclude here, guys. We're in an area of the chart where the chart could totally just go up or down. It's always that case. And I always love the comments. Oh, great TA, up or down. Absolutely, it's always up or down, guys. And anybody who thinks they know what direction the market's going, they just don't know. You just don't know. Market makers, if the liquidity is there, they can pump it and go get the liquidity. If the liquidity is down here, that's where they're going to pump it. They're going where the money is, and they know where the money is because they're taking the trades. Okay, market makers are taking your trades. If you're selling to a market maker. If you're buying to a market maker. You're buying to entities that buy. You're buying and selling from entities that are conscripted by the exchanges to provide liquidity to the markets, but they have to keep their books solvent. They have to be making money in the process. So if their books are lopsided, longs or shorts, they'll take the market the other way to make or that direction to make their books good. Then they'll dump it. They'll dump their positions and then and they'll keep it in a range. Market makers love ranging. They make a lot of money in ranges. They don't make a lot of money in pumps and dumps. They actually can get from a market maker I spoke to said, we like the ranges. We like it staying in a range. But they will move to the next level, create the range, make their money. All right, so with that said, guys, we're in this position. I've shown you some upward counts. I've shown you some downward counts. We got weekend action. This weekend action, guys, let's just let it play out. Let it do its thing. We'll watch it and then watch it develop and see if it's developing wave structure to the upside. And then we can look for trades that take us to the upside. Or if it's developing wave structure that said, hey, we're probably going to go down. So we got to just keep an eye. There's no trade for me that I'm looking at right now. I would enter long or short in this range unless I was just doing a scalp trade, small time frame, a 1 to 3% move of Bitcoin. So, all right, guys, you have a fantastic day. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Show the love in the comments. Really appreciate it. Just wanted to get you some ideas, let you know what's at stake. I am bullish right now in the short term. But we want to see this thing develop, and if it's going to develop to the upside the way I'm thinking. So I am more bullish than I am bearish right now. But we'll see. We'll see how the wave develops over the weekend. All right, with that said, y'all have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. Go show your family some love, and don't forget them, okay? All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.